Hey, this is End of the Road Haunts, and haven't uploaded for a while. Yeah. But I've been resurrected due to some Morris costumes leaks. Also, the audio is not going to sound good. I'm recording in a very echoey basement. There might be some background noise, but you know what? Grow up. Deal with it. Who cares? The audio isn't great. Grow up. Anyways, I'm discussing these Morris costumes leaks posted by the psychotic Circus of Savannah. And, they've resurrected me. And, not the kind of resurrection of, Grandpa going to see his grandkids. I mean, the kind of resurrection of a peeved off zombie, getting at someone who stepped on their grave. Because let's look at this screenshot. Maybe more will come out. I don't know. We'll have to see them when they're fully in action, but yeah, let's just see. So the first one here, we're skipping past the big one, seems to be this cemetery statue, which from behind looks a lot like the Lowe's one. So I'm not sure, maybe it'll be a new take on it. It looks fine. It looks pretty good as a cemetery statue animatronic, but considering we got one just like it last year from Lowe's, not the most stoked to see it. Back here we can see the carnival barker, so he's returning, which is cool. He was pretty expensive, but he was a really good looking prop. He had a lot of great animation. A little cheesy, but you know what? He was pretty cool. And also underneath it, we see this kind of arm looking thing. And I'm not sure what that is. The Psychotic Circus said there's a sword swallower, so maybe this is it. And you know what? That would be interesting. That would be neat to see what they do with the mechanics and stuff. I'd like to see a sword swallower prop, and I'd like to see, carnival performers other than clowns, so that's pretty neat. Probably wouldn't get it since Morris costumes props are really hard to get for me, but yeah, that's pretty neat. Over here to the right, we have, and this might not be part of the Morris costumes booth, I don't know, man. We have this guy working on what appears to be a scarecrow. I can't really tell anything about what this is. Over here we got a few things. A looks to be this clown to the left, which, it looks like Pesky the Clown if you took all the redeeming qualities out of him. All two of the redeeming qualities he had. So you're already on thin ice. Now you're 30 feet below the sea level. So, that doesn't look good. Or maybe it is just Pesky. I don't know. It's got the same color scheme. I don't think he returned last year, so I wouldn't get why he'd return again. And there's definitely not a very flattering picture of him. But, maybe from the front he'd be okay. I don't know. That one doesn't look very good. And we also seem to have this pumpkin guy that's, reaching out his arm. Looks okay. It would be interesting to see what he does, if he does anything. He'd have potential. It's a good pumpkin prop here or there is pretty good. To the left, you can see this big scarecrow guy, which could maybe be Rotten Harvester. I don't think so. His arm doesn't look to be in the right position. He also seems to be a little bit like that Big Lots one. I don't think he is. I think that was Techie. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is the Big Lots one. Maybe I'm crazy. But he honestly looks like he could be pretty cool, depending on what the face looks like and the animation is. Could just be a good classic scarecrow, and he could honestly be pretty darn neat. It also seems like below the arm of something we'll get to is maybe this floating, howling spirit-looking reaper type thing, whatever this is attached to. So that could be neat, like a floating angel of death reaper, I don't know. Maybe I'm just basing this off nothing, but whatever. Now let's go on to what I believe is the final thing you can see here, which happens to be the animatronic that I haven't been talking about, which is this, what appears to be 12-foot werewolf. When in the rainy, take your draw. Yeah, I think they kind of bombed on this one. Yeah, we'll have to see what it does. But, we'll have to see what its audio is like. But this could, in theory, maybe be one of the worst 12-footers out there. Yeah, I mean, maybe some of the Sunstar ones would be under this one. This looks like a Sunstar prop. Let's be honest. Like, let's just okay. Let's go frame by frame. Let's go piece by piece. So starting off at the knees, the clothing fitting on this guy just looks really bad. I mean, maybe they just have yet to adjust it. I don't know. Everything's being set up, but like that does not look good. Also, the clothing quality looks like garbage bag quality, which granted, like, you know, Techie does a lot, but here it just does not look. I don't know. This ain't it, Chief. Up here you have the skull rib or the skeleton rib cage, which looks 2D. It looks printed on. I mean, of course, I could be wrong with that, but it doesn't look very solid, so that's always great. I don't really see how it fits with the rest of him, considering he's all like flesh and stuff, other than the rib cage. So yeah, that's a questionable decision. Up here we have both of the hands, and they're pretty bare of fur, which isn't great, and also proportionally looks so small. Like these look like toddler hands almost on him. Like, here's the full body. Like, I can't be the only one who just thinks these look tiny. Like, if these are like Mr. Howell-sized hands, that would be pretty good. But like, and his arms look really short, and his torso looks really long. The proportions are just completely out of whack on this guy. And you know, there are some proportionally not great props, like the hulking werewolf they did, or like Mr. Howell ain't great either. But honestly, those are okay. This one just looks so weird. His clothing also doesn't seem to match itself, and like, that doesn't look great. And finally, we have the head, which, you know, I'm a little mixed on, because with the right tweaks done to it, could look genuinely pretty cool. Like, he has a really big mouth and like a lot of teeth, which I think look pretty gnarly. And of course, this is quite a low quality picture. It's possible if you go up, if you see him in person or something, his head would look a lot more, like, just a lot higher quality. Maybe his eyes would look a little better. But as Papyrus Midnight commented on the Psychotic Circus of Savannah's post, who, if you're watching this, hi, I think you are watching this, he said it looks like an oversized Walmart hanging decoration, which I cannot disagree with, because, yeah, this is not it. I'm sorry, this ain't it, Chief. If this is what the rest of their lineup is going to be in the same vein of, I'm not saying Morris Costumes fell from grace, but I think they might have fell from grace. And also, you bet your ass this guy is going to be $900, because their prices have just been ludicrous. Like $350 for Mangy Rat. Right now, you can find Jack Stalker for like $800. Like, you bet this guy's gonna be like, I don't know, even $1,000. It wouldn't surprise me. And yeah, you know, let's hope Spirit will be better. I feel like Home Depot as well could only go up. Party City's got potential, but Morris Costumes this year, I think maybe they might be kicking the bucket soon. But also negativity sells, so haha, you know. Of course I'm gonna be negative, it gets views. But yeah, I don't know about this one. Tell me what you think about these leaks in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you're new, or don't, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.